absolute rush fest coming in from both sides, apparently. Major going to be the first one to fall. Stare out in towards mid. Getting a lot of control. Looking for that A play. It's xFloud, though, on the USP. Just scrapping, fighting. The Julies of Immor eventually will finish off Zyphon. Goodness me. It has begun awfully quick here on Anubis. Refresh is somehow in behind. He missed the cavalry that was xFloud. Goodness gracious. Going to get a bomb plan at the very least, but got 2 more to find to pick up this 1 versus 3. Spotted out 1 and 2 probably there on streets. They're both pretty low. This is not out of the question for Refresh. He's got to drop 1 fast. That's the big thing. And I think that might just have been his opportunity. Slipping away from him, it will be Eternal Fire opening up with the pistol.
Looking good. Looking good. I mean, that was... I hope it continues to be that chaotic, because that was just a mess. Everybody in mid and everyone over towards B just taking every single fight they could. And clearly Eternal Fire.
Top goes in, smokes keep him at bay. Ooh, however, they are distracted away by 1 player.
Oh, that was
in towards that E-box area, yep. And that's really well played. Again, I think that speaks to what you're talking about, the sort of the shiny takes. There's also the fact that people have not worked out their spots yet. So it's like, you know, you hear a bit of noise, you probably want to look towards it and go for the fight. I know this angle. And I don't think that you have to remember that it's like, oh, well, my teammate might not have my back completely. Because they're just not familiar. Sometimes before you make a move, you have a quick look at the minimap. And you can call off that move in your head. Not even speak it, not even move for it. But I think there's going to be a lot of this sort of cat and mouse going on.
Yeah, you got to kind of understand that with, well, especially how Eternal Fire are playing. But I think in general with this map is the T side can get all the way up to the outside of B via you know, the long side, and then equally from the canals into what we're calling kind of a
ancient sort of campaign where the bomb site should be swapped around, perhaps. Whatever. Stare going to find the first on an MP9 that he had recovered. And once again, they look to hit B off the back of a few simple smokes and a flash. We'll see.
Good try from xantares. I guess somebody had to make a play. But he does get traded, and Sprout are very, very comfortable here just to put the brakes on. It's really hard for Eternal Fire to push up and, you know, get a bit of map control and then lean 2 in the other direction. As you're saying, the best they can do here is just leave 1A, play kind of semi-retake, and think more about the B side of the map.
Much slower round here in number 5. I think since Sprout have been able to get on the board, both teams have got to be careful.
See the gamble from Eternal Fire. I guess, again, I just haven't seen enough Anubis to get a feel for it yet, but
yeah, they
immediately decide against on a full... I mean, they have no info here. It's a full guess to stack A, but was there an avenue for a CT aggression? Is it just unviable in some areas? So, yeah, at the moment, just taking the absolute safe approach and just thinking about future rounds.
Well, an anticlimactic finish into this one, but so far it is looking good for Sprout to close this gap once they've had more stable buys, let's say. Even then, they didn't need a full-on buy to get their first on the board. The bomb site, it looks very, very vulnerable, so we'll see if there is a change-up from Eternal Fire in that. Now that we're on fully fledged out buys, shoulder peek from xantares. Flash is just brilliant. Comes over from Zyphon. There's something maybe you can go back and have a look at. He does take an awful lot of damage to Stare, but all the same, pretty solid. Major trying to
get
so
a trade comfortable
in.
Defaulting to me. I mean, they just... Yeah. It's a good nade, but, you know, Zello knows to post on the further backswing. One player creeps up close. There's a nice flash over the top, and it's just, you know, it just looks fluid. It looks nice and clean. I mean, it's simple CS, but with the state Anubis is at right now, that's how you're going to win this, is just by continually making the small moves correctly and not losing numbers. And they might have got traded back here, but with the lack of information the CD side can see, it's only Emor on this site, and without body armor, 1 bullet and he's in, you know, he's in for a world of pain.
World of pain on the way. Emor got to be careful then. Smokes running on down. Are they ready for an AWP? It looks like they are, and they're going to be coming at him from 2 different angles. Rotation come through from xFloud. First missed shot, second does land. He's instantly dealt with though. And they've got control of this B bomb site, just about able to get a bomb down there in the nick of time. xFloud gonna get the lead for his squad. Major and Calyx, meanwhile, they may well have been heard dropping down there, but all the same, they're coming in together. So Refresh gonna have a lot of work to do. No kit available, and just a smoke, so it is gonna come down to gunfights. Crouching peek doesn't work. Calyx goes for the same. It works for him, and xFloud to pick the head of Zello. Eternal Fire back on the board after a simple little retake on that B-bomb site.
It looks a little bit clumsy from Sprout, where some of the players thought we need some more control, the others were getting it all wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we go around in circles. We need Carrigan to come out, on his YouTube channel and be like, I do this call-outs, because it's cool with Inferno and, Mirage to a certain extent, all these types of maps. Dust 2, obviously, Cobble, whatever. They've got call-outs already set in stone. But this is a brand new map, so...
How does he get that kill? I mean, instantly traded, and that's kind of par for the course. And look at xFloud. I mean, the smoke is down, but it's going to fade fairly soon. And Longs is doing so much to cut off the rotate. xFloud on the left eye angle is never going to win that duel, especially against that many players. And this round has fallen apart. I mean, how to describe it? I think they've put xantares in mid because they think it's kind of so hard to defend. You just need to, have your star player there to give yourselves a chance. But I feel like it'd be better just ceding the control. He's taking... he's trying to take fights and he's just losing.
Yeah.
Surely it's not worth his life.
The 1-for-1s are not worth at all. Like, at all. Usually they're pretty bad for a CT side. You lose the map control, whatever, but you can move so fast on this map from mid towards A. It just is not worth it at all. Like, we're already saying maybe the guy on the A bomb site pops off. That's the only saving grace that you'll have. If the A player goes down, the round's got to be over from that point. At least, current iteration and all that sort of stuff. So mid control feels really valuable. But that's the thing as well. We're at such an early stage of ANUBIS being out. It's like, how much of a gotcha pick can it actually be? xantares, though, speaking of gotchas, going to take Stare down on the boost. He was ready for that, seen that smoke before. So they're familiar with some things where we are maybe still learning as the pundits of it. And much like playing, you can only really get the best idea of how it handles itself in an official match.
Easy kill.
That's Major on the
Nice
board, by the way.
From Major.
Big Major on the double up. Oh! Flying xantares! Okay. Yep, get that one.
He
clipped.
didn't need to do that.
He didn't.
That could have...
But he did.
I mean, style points.
Very slowly in they come, but they are on their way. Molotov in towards that Glyphs area. A couple easy kills. However, xFloud's not been mollied out. He didn't quite reach. Lounce will take him. Meanwhile, xantares through the smoke tries to be the hero. Only enough for one. But watch yourself, though. They know where Major's at now, and immediately the back off from Stare. Immediately the back off from Major, actually. They're already on the hunt for him. They've kind of read into this fact. Going to split up and try and find him. Does need to be very careful. Knife in hand, yep. At this point, probably T-sided in the early days, right? Just because of that whole dictation of the pace and all that good stuff. Zello going to open up immediately, killer angle as well to get that done. Stare finds another, and that's got to be an immediate save. That's all the mid control, and apparently what we've heard, that's all you need on this map. I will say that kill is a bit silly from Refresh. Also, the bomb is quite far away from the action.
I don't know if he had a noise cue or something. That was a bit bizarre, wasn't it?
Goes for a run through the smoke. I think that player was reloading.
I'm sure he had his reasons. Maybe... I mean, Emo does play a lot of B, but it doesn't mean nobody was in the danger area. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll get away with it. Refresh is well, especially being an in-game leader at this point. He knows that was a little bit silly, so... Yeah. We'll give him a light slap on the wrist for that one, I guess.
Yeah, the rest of the squad's always there to pick up the pieces, it would seem. Getting that plant through. Going to be the round going their way. And that will be all she wrote here. Round number 14.
This T-side's been brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it really has. It took them a bit of time.
Where's the... I mean, okay, they've lost a couple rounds, but... I mean, they lost Pistol. They lost Pistol. True. They only got out macroed for my money on one round. And apart from that, they've changed the pace. Mid has been all Sprout. A danger area. They seem very comfortable taking it at any point in the round. And Admittedly, it was a heavy B half so far, but they're showing now that A is open for business as well. So, yeah, I mean, sing the praises so much. Eternal Fire later in the series, but based on what I've seen on ANUBIS, I mean, it might be a bit early to call, but Sprout to me look much more well drilled on this map to me.
Yeah, on the map, and then again, the individuals that they need to work are working. It's Lonks, it's Zypher, it's Stare, and Zello's not too far behind them, despite the fact that it feels like the AWP's not really been in the kill feed all that much. So they just have all their pieces working very nicely. At the moment, this map is functioning on individual fights, especially towards mid again in this round, right? xantares is going to go down. And it's hard. You can't point a single finger at Eternal Fire. They're just all not quite matching up. Calyx, though, a nice solo find from him. Tag onto Stare as well, so going to be left low, but that mid control remains theirs. Nice 1-2 punch from Calyx and Immor to come through. It leaves Danger very vulnerable, however, playing around this pillar. Calyx is going to try his best to shut them down, and he gets himself another Immor on the AWP. Solid for 1. Can he get 2? Zello's creeping round. Oh, being given the ring around the rosy. Tagged through the smoke as well. USP's to finish it. Immor getting into a sneaky spot. He's kind of ready for this. Going to find the first. Can he get any more, though? That's kind of the big question here. Massive headshot onto that second player. Means that they can activate. They've got all the info as well, so they're very quickly going to move towards this B-sided execute. Zello takes the head of xantares. Okay, so there are kills coming back through, and of course we've got Shin on the site. Only 3 frags to his name. Now would be the time to pop off, wouldn't it? Only gets 1, though. 2 versus 2. Very, very doable.
They're just going to sit the smoke. Calyx, Major, they're going to play into Danger. It's really messy, this, isn't it? Another smoke on Danger just fading. And, well, the lack of information here is the biggest deal. If the CTs knew both players were Danger, they could just let one player stick and the other fight. But they got to be a little bit nervous of B-Long. And only one player goes in to clear Calyx. Zello, all good fight and can't get the kills. So, needs a kill here, and he has to stay alive for a little bit.
Ooh, gets 1. It's going to be hard for him to escape from here, though, and he knows it. Flash comes round. They're closing the gap. Yeah, needed a quick flick. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. Ultimately needed a player to be in his crosshair. He's going to be the only A defender as well, so this gets very interesting now. A recovered AWP for the Eternal Fire boys as well. How do we get back in? How do we pull off the retake? Smoke yourself out a little. Try and work a headshot angle. Messy phalanx. They're waiting on this flanker in the form of Refresh to get his booty over here, mate. Big nade onto 1. If they'd stack them on top of each other, could have been quite nice. No kills as yet coming in. There you go, Zyphon in for 2. Flank from Refresh. He gets caught with nade in hand. Maybe trying to flash Zyphon back in. I'm not quite sure. All the same, the timer's ticking away. And the flash from the T side is solid. 10th. Nice find coming in from Lonks. Ready and waiting.
Needs to play 2 towards kind of the pillar area, the back plat part of that bomb site. Refresh, jiggling here. A couple teammates help, and that kill does a lot of work to alleviate pressure. Even so, still trapped between a rock and a hard place. We've seen this a lot on this map. Is this bomb site so quickly going to get pinched? And there you go again. It's so difficult to hold on to it.
Yep. 15 seconds left on the clock, though. I mean, this is very close one. They're not going to have time to get into the post plants, but there's the xantares peak that we all know and love. So fast with it. Plays so effectively online, and he will also find Zello coming alive. The yellow here on the hood is where they can plant, which feels like it has some interesting plant spots over there. Maybe, possibly. We'll see. Zello, first kill coming in for that CT side.
They needed that. They really just needed someone to generate something. Stairs actually still going to get aggressive. He's got a bit of a gap here. All the players are committed canals, and Xfoud is a dead man. He's an absolute dead man. Stair could have pushed a little bit further. That would have collected the bomb, but he's doing the smart move. He's playing the percentages. Just give it up. As I was saying a second ago, we can play very passive on the bomb sites now. It's not a risk. Sit back, and with this many numbers, it's going to take a miracle from Eternal Fire. They're going to have to find, you know, a stellar entry off one player.
All quiet here on Anubis. A couple nades ringing out. 40 seconds for Eternal Fire to make their way in. Only 3 of them, of course, remain. And that late smoke, that's going to put A out of action, surely. There's no way you make it in the next few moments. Major going to try with the bomb, the old fake out, but they just weren't biting. Unfortunately, the sell on the A-bomb side was not very good.
This is a much nicer round, wasn't it? And, I mean, Eternal Fire probably weren't putting up the same pressure as they have on previous, but it was also nice to see Sprout saving nades a little bit more, thinking about, you know, I would call them kind of protocols or pre-plans. It's like, if they do come, if they do start to execute, what nades you're going to use, and that was really nice. So, not what we saw earlier in the half, where it was kind of no nades left. Towards A, they are going to commit behind this. Zyphon tucked in the back of the bomb, so there's a big kill, and now he can just wait for his teammates. Boost is nice as well. This is a great angle. I don't think xantares is ready. Woo! That's a duel only xantares can win. That's amazing.
Yep, that is, once again, the famous xantares peak. It does allow them to get the bomb down, but the round itself is just not going to happen here. Calix was maybe their last hope. 19 HP xantares. I do not see it happening. Neither does he. He's going to hightail it out of there and just save the AK. Keep that cash as high as possible for the rest of the squad. 11 rounds then for Sprout, and pretty decisive in the past 2.
Off the back of Zello, 2 entries. 2 big kills. And in completely different places. So Zello is
going to get past at the very least. It forces the T-AWP off the angle. It's actually a self-flash that he's gone for there. Certainly worth considering. There's a little pop flash you can do for yourself. That wasn't too bad in terms of the timing.
Really need some help.
Yep, melting down. Back end of the side. So much fire everywhere. He's going to get aggressive, but he goes down to the Molotov. His smoke didn't quite put it out, perhaps, and that's going to cost them in a big, big way. Lonks doing his best to get aggressive. There, meanwhile, he wants to creep in here. However,
oh no.
No! Makes a bit of sound. I think he was worried about that, so he felt like he had to go firing earlier. I don't know. 4 versus 2 ensues, though, and Sprout going to have to save. Eternal Fire, they do crack the bank, so to speak.
Yeah, he clearly wanted to walk all the way in, didn't he? And then get the kill on xCloud when he knows he can get 2, but... yeah, obviously it looked a little bit silly in the end, but I really don't blame him. Really don't blame him. It looked like it was going to be a great round for Sprout. I mean, Stair had a fully pushed through mid. Fully pushed through mid. They knew exactly what was happening. He was on a mega flank. If they'd just stayed alive a little bit longer, those T's would have been so...
Stair through the smoke. Doesn't know that xantares is right behind him already. A quick drop down canals and a quick B hit. Seems to be the order of the day. The bomb's already made its way through. Calix just goes charging around. It's Lonks on the AWP, who does not stop. Oh my goodness, firing range comes in, but it's
play it together. It's such a hard round for that T-side player. That is devastating, and Lonks tries to get aggressive. He tries to be the hero, and hero to 0 in this round. Eternal Fire 4 frags away from having 2 shots of Pro League.
All they needed. This first map goes their way, and they will indeed feel confident moving forward. Sprout, the Titan of conference. Getting knocked ever so slightly. It's still a decent 11 rounds, but it's looking like it's going to be a very good 16 from Eternal Fire. This second half has been incredible. The way that we look at it, right, is the fact that it's only 2 rounds for Sprout on their CT end, which is somewhat wild. And it continues to get hammered home as Major gets himself an easy kill. So now a 5 on 3 that should get taken over the line by Eternal Fire.
It's crumbling. I mean... Stair's got to make a massive play. That feels like the only way back into this. They're so spread out. We're not even taking a risk of gambling somewhere. It looks like Refresh is just starting to clear into danger, but take a risk, boys. You're not. It's impossible. We've seen it. We've seen these sides are so easy to split. They're so hard to hold on to. You're never ever going to hold on to them playing this disparate. And it's only a matter of time until Eternal Fire come in, and wow, Refresh needs the round of his life to hold on to this.
Yep, the return flashes are actually not too bad. He does manage to find 1, but he's not sure where they're all coming from. They line up for him. So much damage done. Has to be the difference makers. xantares left on 6 HP. Calix will get the bomb down in just a moment. Zello, meanwhile, charging through the smoke, trying to be the hero of the hour. Can't get the no-scope off Stare against 6 HP xantares, though, to make all the difference. There's hardly any time. Got to go for the hold, but Stare's not quite sure. Nerves get the better of him. xantares, now's time for one of them peaks, my guy. It's not going to be easy for him, though, especially with it on the left eye from an angle like that. Stare keeps Sprout alive just a little while longer.
That was not off the back of, you know, a great call or some great prudence or some, you know, incredible saving of nades. That was all individual plays, and, well, maybe there's more to follow. Stare gets an entry. Is this really going to happen?
Goodness. I would assume so in some sense. Major, he finds a return frag, though. He finds a return frag. Refresh getting aggressive. He's going to get eyes on the bomb. Eyes on him or in the back. Might get a little more than he bargained for. They do need to be careful. Calyx makes an awful lot of noise. Oh, weird little switch back from his pistol to his AK. Goodness me, this is a bloodbath right now. It's Calyx, though, who finds the double. Massive headshot to make it a 3 versus 2. They've got that bomb retrieved, and they know that the general A player is in the bin. Stare's been over there most of the time. He's in the bin. It's now Zello with the AWP that has to hold 2 angles.
I mean, the advanced position from Lonks, it might look nice, but he's just so far. He's so far away. Oh, now he pounces. Oh, I thought they were going to go A. Maybe this can work out. If he can just get in behind danger, he's actually going to loop back around to be long. Well, if Zello can pull some attention, if Zello can hold a little bit of attention, maybe they won't be looking.
Is that a smoke that's just gone down? Oh, it's a Molotov. Okay, so he still technically has the flank, and he has vision. He drops the bomb. 5 HP, though, going to be the difference here. Surely not, right? Bomb plant coming in. Nade will maybe finish off the AWP. Not quite. They're both so low. Major's shadow spotted as well. He's not got a lot of ammo left in this A1S. Oh, this is going to be so awkward. And Major just gets the drop on him, 16 to 12.